My name's Morag McGrath. I'm a bibliotherapist with a project in East Ayrshire called Read Yourself Well. The project's been running for just over a year and was set up to help people with mild mental health issues such as depression, low self-esteem, confidence, anxiety, and we work with self-help books and materials to promote people's emotional and mental well-being. People can be referred to the project by their GP, or they can self-refer, or they can be referred by the lifestyle referral scheme. I would normally see them on 3 meetings, and we would work through whatever issues come up in the discussions that we have. I hope what people get from Read Yourself Well is some emotional resilience and some tools that they've built in for themselves through the reading that will help them stay well.
Well, I know how I approached you, that's a certainty. I went into the office and I asked for you, and the girls kindly brought me into the office. You stood up and you made me most welcome. And that's the first thing you did, you made me feel comfortable. So there you go. And then you guided me into books, which I found very helpful and very beneficial. And I'm still reading some of them. So some of them I've read twice, 3 times.
Fantastic. Good for you.
Yeah. That's how
I got referred for Laura, didn't I, my CPN? And I had come to meet you to talk about problems with anxiety and depression and stuff, and you gave me some books, which some of them were helpful. The most of them were. I think it was just one I didn't like, but I quite liked the way, you know, if I was doing it myself, you would slack off and you wouldn't bother doing it. You'd say, oh, don't need to bother, but having somebody there saying, could you do this for me, and feedback, it kind of made you more
Made you stick
to do it. Because it's good having somebody there that you can talk to confidentially and they can empathise with you and kind of tell you where to go, and it's another way out, because I mean you can go to the doctor and get help for him, antidepressants and whatever, but sometimes you need somebody to speak to out with, like your family, and I quite like that kind of aspect.
I'm self-referral. I was at surgery and I saw this notice on the wall, and I went in and asked my doctor, I said, what do you think of that? And my doctor was all in for self-help. And of course I'm in for it myself, so I think if you can't help yourself, who can you help? So it's sort of catch-22, but what was lacking as far as I'm concerned was the direction, and I found that most beneficial, and being able to discuss the books.
I kind of wrote down and printed out things from the book to use myself, and you go back to it and you can say, right, when I'm worried or I'm stressed, I can do this, or I can say this to myself. You get some kind of skills.
You get,
you can keep
even
using.
repeating what you read in the book, it's almost like a wee chant that you know, but you've read it yourself, and it means more. I think it sinks in better when you've read it, you know, yourself, and can reread it and go back the next day and read that chapter if you need to.
Because I've moved on now, believe it or not, into horse riding. Riding horses, absolutely marvellous, and I've only had the pleasure of falling off. It was absolutely superb, But that's going on from the original self-help books. This is another form of self-help to what I have to accomplish in my old age, and also give me this confidence that obviously has been shattered for quite some time.